Hello everyone. Well, yesterday's Nintendo Direct had a lot of information on upcoming games and content, some of which I will be addressing in other videos in the future, but I'm definitely going to be addressing, hey, my personal reaction and thoughts on the matter, as I have before I let this sit for a day. So let's get started. First and foremost, the voice kept secret of this Direct was the AI news that Overwatch is coming to the Switch, which, given how big the series is no surprise. To put it, I cannot really overstate how much impact it's had since it originally launched. It's basically become Activision Blizzard's biggest IP since Warcraft, to say the least. I mean, its coverage and broadcast of the tournaments almost every place I can think of, especially on ESPN. And even though there are some differences in frame rates, as even what I know is with Spyro's Reignite trilogy, even low screens, but so far, as long as it plays well, I'll be good with it. Since I have not played that much of it, but it looks fun. Super Kirby Clash, I'm definitely enjoying that so far. It's kind of like a bigger scale version of the Kirby Clash team on my 3DS. Looking forward to playing more of that. The remake of Trials of Mana, on top of the game being re-released for the first time in the US earlier this year as part of the collection of Mana. It's going to be coming stateside on April 24th of 2020. And other stuff we got in there. Here, I also had to borrow a line from Scott the Walls as to feign interest, as even if it doesn't appeal to me personally, like Return of the Obra Dinn. It looks fine. Alright, moving right along. Little Town Hero. Oh, Game Freak's other highly anticipated RPG coming out actually sooner than I expected at October 16th. I'll definitely be addressing this more in future videos I have playing Pokemon, but basically the short version is like, this is the RPG the old guard is working on while the new blood is going to be working on Sword and Shield, and I personally find a lot of the complaints a lot of people making, to be honest, like far lazy or anything done in development. And since, as I mentioned before, in regards to other content they've worked on, just like Mental Palace, aka Quinty, Pulseman, Pocket Card Jockey, and Harmony Matthew, and as well as Tembo, they do not develop games like that. I mean, that's so. And even games that end up being big disappointments like Anthem have a lot of work development. I've done them for years, so. But I'm getting off track. On a more positive note, Banjo-Kazooie has now officially debuted in Smash Bros. Ultimate much earlier than I expected. It had out of another Infowar video that Sakurai was involved with. And more so, the next fight is coming this November from SNK fighters Terry Bogard, who is my favorite SNK fighter, has been since I was 12. It was my first cosplay that Halloween, and more fighters are coming soon after the last Fighter Pass, so I'm gonna be looking forward to seeing those. Even after the day where this channel, I stopped regularly doing stuff like this, I'll probably still post something like that once in a while, depending on what I think. And especially with the Link's Awakening remake coming out on the 20th, what better way to celebrate the fall equinox than with a remake of one of my favorite Zelda games and a charming new visual style, and even new features like create a dungeon. Not quite full on Zelda Maker, but it's a start towards that. Yeah. Dragon Quest XI S Definitive Edition, and still looks fun. I'm working on playing the demo, and I probably won't get the full version right when it launches because I'm going back to class a few days after that. But I probably will get it later on in its run, on like with just to play the 16-bit mode. As you can tell, that alone should tell you that I'm not as bothered by graphical differences as some other people might be. What matters how well something plays, like, is, Tokyo Mirage Sessions FE Encore. It looks fine. That's going to be coming out in January 2020. Deadly Premonitions 2 coming 2020, and Origins already out. It looks fine. Divinity Original Sin 2, Definitive Edition, which also just came out. It looks fine. Okay, so for the Pokemon Sword and Shield portion of the Direct, there's a lot to unpack in just about 4 minutes, with like a solid tenth and of that the video's runtime, so I'm gonna keep it to 4 main points, which I'll expand upon in my next Sword and Shield update or countdown video. Number 1, character customization is back and better than ever, with more options of clothing, which is fine by me, given how I wasn't really feeling the avatar's default look, so I'm going to be definitely changing the hat and the shoes as soon as I can. And I'm also playing options for hair color, eye color, skin tone, and hairstyling, and so I'm eager to see what else I can do. Number 2, the league cards, which definitely another way to synergize with a trading card game, which definitely I think is going to be a new way of competing. Number 3, the Pokemon Camp feature, which will be in the wild area and also making curry, and just know how much expressive makes your avatars. I think it'll be a lot of fun to play around with once I hear more about it. I mean, a lot more gameplay shows how far things have progressed already in development in just the time since E3 and Gamescom. There might be more at the Tokyo Game Show. How soon? Also probably more or when it gets to the 29th reveal later this month. But we'll see. And of course, we've got 2 new Pokemon, one of which resembles Mrs. Potts from Beauty and the Beast, both the original and the remake. So if you just give me a moment there, I know which one. I know who they are. Just trying to remember the names real quick. Polteageist, and the other one is a bird known as Cramorant. I'm actually looking forward to playing with these. And I actually think that even though I can understand to a degree that how some people feel, even I think the amount of pellets swapped alchemy as I was rivaling the Ninja Mortal Kombat, but I can't deny I'm willing to try every flavor of them when I catch them. Again, insert Portal or Mr. Rapper reference here. Super Nintendo Entertainment System Online. I joins Nintendo Entertainment System Online for your subscription, and got a lot of good titles on there right out of the gate. I mean, this is the initial wave. I mean, some I have not played as much, but I definitely look forward to more to come. If anyone else wants to join me, other ones, I'll put my code in the description. And for that, so it's like the second take, the other one wasn't usable. On top of new updates with Tetris 99, it's like the only Battle Royale game I really enjoy playing, actively play. I mean, I'm also enjoying the Daemon Ex Machina prologue demo. The full game is coming out on the 13th of September. As for Astral Chain, it didn't look like it appealed to me that much, but I'm gonna wait to see wait for the price to come down a bit more, especially with this current trend of viewpoint and Metacritic. I'm not gonna get involved with that. Even the people, mixed in with all this, people getting salted by the frame rate exclusivity. There are some people who actually were expecting a lot more from the game, but I get ahead of myself. Mario and Sonic at the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games coming November 5th. I guess after sitting out the 2018 Winter Games Beyond chain, they're taking more time to make this one good. I'm especially liking the retro mode in this title being introduced, and while not always the best titles, they are still pretty fun overall and show how after kicking the crap out of each other in Smash Brothers, they can Also, be good sports and participate in peaceful, competitive events. Okay, Witcher 3 100 complete, and they had apparently a lot of people use that as another way to try argue against Generation 8. However, by the developers' own admission, they basically had to use all 32 gigs of the game card's memory and make some cutbacks in frame rate and resolution just to get the game to run. But actually surprised that the game's able to actually run at all on this console. So, and as I've mentioned this to people before, it's not a concern of memory, it's a concern of processing power. So, however, and I'm not really the biggest fan of the series. My brother plays it. I might consider this one. There's also this Netflix show, but it's not my particular cup of tea. However, one pleasant surprise in many of these reviews was the re-release of Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast, which is a pretty cool game overall. I mean, probably the best of the Jedi Knight trilogy. I mean, so it's a good call to put on the console, especially with the release of Rise of Skywalker coming ever closer. And even if Fallen Jedi Order doesn't pan out, at least we have this game to look back on. Dauntless, it looks fine. Vampire, it looks fine. Call of Cthulhu, I hope this one is good, given how it's not the first time they've adapted this celebrated Lovecraft novel into a video game. It does hope that Lovecraft's work is well suited to gaming, given how its supernatural horror and science fiction elements being influential, and this monster is slowly becoming more and more recognized in pop culture, having featured prominently in everything from South Park and the Mysterion Saga to The Simpsons in one of their recent Halloween specials. I mean that's definitely something, to say the least. Animal Crossing New Horizons is also coming along nicely, and even though Visetti will not be in the game, given how the console now has no reset button at all, they're retiring his character, and hopefully he can enjoy retirement, maybe on a beach with his brother Don. I mean, it'll help with his blood pressure, sure, as well. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing how that'll do, and even though they push about 2020, I also emphasize that different developers can work in different ways. I mean, I agree the crunch is not good, but I think developers should have enough room to who do what they need to without having to take all these funds like from the executives or other players to dictate what should and should not be in there. So there we go. Okay, better start wrapping this up. Ni no Kuni is coming to the Switch. It's on September 20th, as is the remaster on PS4. That's definitely a game I really enjoy on PS3, and the fact that even like the base version can run on this thing is also another good sign of how far things have come. So actually, if we consider this game to be superior to a Yokai Watch in virtually every way among level 5's RPGs, I mean, and given how it's actually had more success there, and now they're particularly telling that even the remaster of Yokai is actually, even in the Japanese version I watched at the same time, this one has been reduced to quite literally a footnote in their stream on upcoming titles. So even in Japan, they're not where they once were. I mean, but I get ahead of myself. Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition coming 2020. Instead of co-opting Scott again, I'm just gonna admit that I'm not really the biggest fan of Xenoblade. It doesn't really interest me at all. In fact, I don't really care about it. But if you're into it, then I guess that's fine. The Outer Worlds looks interesting, and now to help wrap this up, on top of more amiibo coming, which I'm interested in, such as Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Snake, all three of which I used extensively in Brawl when I was 16, and still use in Ultimate now. Now, one of the special moves for Kazooie is Regal Blast, being used as a weapon by Banjo. They did a really good job on Spiral Mountain Course with all the music they've done, and the version 5.0 update just rolled out, including the home run contest, which I'll be eager to try more of. So, anyway, that's all I got to see for this direct. You'll probably see more videos regarding Sword and Shield as well as what I think of Banjo overall. and I will talk to you all later.